going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings are flying high into the bye at 5-0. The offense, hopefully, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones's, nailed it. Hip/ass is good to go. Slinging Sam Darnold didn't have the best game on Sunday, but recently named the September NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Unless that doesn't matter. Yeah. Also, that defense picked off Aaron Rodgers. Nailed it 3 times, including a pick 6. Looking dominant, looking like one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best. And, girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My favorite football team is 5-0. Can't tell me ish. Now, this is not a redux of 2016. This is not a redux of 2003. This ain't that, the other thing. And also, the Vikings getting into the middle part of the schedule. I'm not saying that there's a single game that's easy in the National Football League. You look at the Cardinals and the Niners, you look at the Seahawks and the Giants, etc. Any given Sunday, any team can win, but you're feeling kind of good about things, especially since the opening 5 games was supposed to be the gauntlet, and even like hardcore Vikings fans, yeah, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but let's call a spade a spade. I mean, even like hardcore militant Vikings fans were like, maybe 2-3? If things go right, get out of here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. It's no problem, man. But of course, ESPN, the worldwide bleeder of viewers, decided to take a couple pot shots at the Vikings. Now, it's not as hateful as it usually is, but they're definitely hedging things a little bit. So, in the piece by Dan Graziano, Overreaction Monday, the Vikings are going to win the NFC, and of course, they called that an overreaction, right? And plus, again, my crusade is that anything related to the Vikings is where they put the links to other articles. Like, oh, you're about to read about the Vikings? Here, read something else. Now, we've done this a couple of ways, where this isn't specifically tailored to like my preferences and my cookies and stuff, where they put the ads where you generally read. Because I've actually tested this out. I've tested this out on the wife's phone and laptop, and also gone incognito mode. I've gone full conspiracy theory on this because I wanted to make sure I was right. All right, so bear with me. It goes back to when in college we were building this website for business XYZ, and we gave him the demo, and all of a sudden he was seeing these Google ads for single Asian dating website, and he's like, I don't think this is professional at all, even though it's based off of your search history, bro. Great. Anyways, the Vikings are going to win the NFC. Vikings packed their defense for their trip to London. They intercepted Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers 3 times, edge rusher AVG, blah, 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 blah. As they did a week earlier in Green Bay, the Vikings built a big lead and almost frittered it away. Almost. So, here's the thing. Lots of teams have blown leads. Lots of teams never get leads, right? But the fact that the Vikings almost frittered away, it's almost like the enemy gets a vote and the game is 60 minutes. And I didn't know that first half points count less than second half points. Didn't know that. And heading into the bye week, they're 5-0, the lone NFC undefeated team. And I'm not rooting for the Saints to win. I just hope that the Chiefs lose so we can be all alone. Perhaps the surprise story of the season so far, Minnesota has rebuilt quarterback Sam Darnold's game and is frustrating opposing offenses with Brian Flores' disguised pressures. Darnold might be the early MVP frontrunner. And Kevin O'Connell is building a strong case for Coach of the Year. Should be. An NFC North that looked in the preseason like a 2-team race between the Lions and the Packers. How's that working out? Oh, what happened? Has a surprise leader through 5 weeks, and the Vikings have looked like the best team in the NFL on both sides of the ball. So that's nice. That's nice. But remember the premise. The Vikings are going to win the NFC, and they call that an overreaction, which I sort of understand. I feel like even Vikings fans are like waiting for the other shoe to drop, except I don't think it's going to drop. Everything that this team does is replicable, and they've shown flashes of being one of the best offenses in the league. By the way, they're still the number 5 scoring team in the league. People pissing and moaning. Oh, but what about the second half? Okay. But overreaction here. The good news about the Vikings 5-0 start is that 71 of the 85 teams that started off 5-0 in the Super Bowl era have gone to make the playoffs. I know one of the 14 teams who didn't make it. The bad news is the last team that did. 2016 Vikings. I just said that. Who crashed to an 8-8 record after a 5-0 start. So the Vikings fans know all too well the party, not to party just yet. We party every day, baby. We'll know more in 2 weeks after Minnesota has played the Lions. But this, Again, it always comes back to the Lions. It's almost like the media over the last 2 years has something predetermined. Oh, the Lions. Oh, they're so big and bad. Where the revisionist history and moving of the goalposts is just so disgustingly obvious, right? So all of a sudden they're like, hey, just wait till the Vikings play a real team in the Lions in week 7. Oh, me so sorry that, hey, it's really hard to win a game on the road, and the Giants have one of the best defensive lines in the National Football League, spearheaded by Dexter Lawrence, who we're going to trade for. Woo! That's right. Hey, Giants fans, I don't want to hear it. We're taking Dexter Lawrence, baby. And then the Niners, hey, San Francisco, despite losing, I mean, the Niners are doing everything just to tarnish the Vikings' win resume. Yeah, but the Niners, they still have a legit defense, as well as they're still the Avengers on offense, even without Christian McCaffrey. The Texans just beat the Buffalo Bills, who were an early Super Bowl favorite. They're 4-1. I wonder where the 1 came from. Stroud is still elite. D'Amico Ryan's still elite, still one of the best defenses in the league. The Packers, hey, I was told reliably that the Packers are one of the best teams in the league, and Jordan Love is the cat's ass, and I was told that winning a game in Lambeau is difficult. I don't care that they had a big-time 28-0 lead. Guess what? Still won. No problem. Hey, I didn't know that the halftime score mattered. I just thought the final score mattered. Yeah. And then with the Jets, I was told that Aaron Rodgers is a generational quarterback who still has his fastball, and the Jets' defense is top 3. Respect to Robert Saleh company. But the Vikings picked off Rodgers thrice. Yeah. All of those games, none of those games matter. Oh, they got to play the Lions at home. Welcome into the House of Pain. Bring it on, baby. That's it. All right. So where were we? Oh, pissing out about the Lions. The team banked a huge divisional road win against the Packers. The Vikings absolutely positively can win the NFC. Their out-of-division schedule isn't overly terrifying. So out of division, playing the AFC South this year, as well as the NFC West. Yeah, and then also got the Falcons as an extra game because the script writers were just on one. Yeah. If they get to playoff home games, they're going to be very tough in their very loud building with that defense. Hey, as long as Niners fans don't show up. Also, here's what happened. So the home opener, I understand that, so US Bank Stadium is about 70% season tickets, and people sold their tickets for the home opener, which is kind of shocking because they didn't expect this team to be good. That wasn't the case in the Texans game. That certainly will not be the case in Week 7 against the Lions, right? So home field advantage is back, and I'm not going to throw season ticket holders on the bus, but if you sold them to Niners fans on the secondary market, come on, man. Come on. Hey, at least sell them. I mean, the waiting list is long. At least sell them to hardcore Vikings fans. That's it. They're out. And if they get playoff home games, it's going to be tough. It's just too soon, and the NFC North is still too tough. Oh, the NFC North is still too tough? Oh, please. Okay. Again, they're falling back onto the crutch of, hey, did you know that the Lions are really good? Hey, did you know that the Packers are still going to be elite? And they're still holding on to hope that the Bears are going to be something. Nah. No. So 2 things can't be true at once. Are the Packers a legit threat, or did the Vikings beat them in their own building? Huh? That's all I know. Yeah. Darnold looked a bit more turnover prone the last couple of games. Whatever. Let's let this one cook a while longer while everyone's enjoying it, which I feel like is kind of fair. But also, who in the NFC scares you? Like, I know that they're going to prop up the Lions as long as they possibly can, but the Commies. The Commies are fun to watch offensively. I think defensively, they're a work in progress. But any one of these teams, like, say it's the playoffs, say it's the NFC title game, say the Vikings secure the 1 seed. Which team do you see walking to US Bank Stadium and having a good shot? Now, I understand that's the hubris of the 1998 Vikings, who, by the way, it's not like the Falcons were like 8-8 and snuck into the playoffs. They're 14-2. Dan Reeves is coach of the year. So it wasn't David versus Goliath. It was Goliath versus lesser Goliath. Sometimes big Goliath loses to lesser Goliath. Doesn't matter. But what's gonna happen? Kirk Cousins gonna come into US Bank Stadium? Oh, but he's played there before. Yeah, on the other side of the crowd's gonna be loud and proud, getting after things, and also have Florida's Hellfire defense. Woo! I honestly can't wait. I cannot wait until Jared Goff and the Lions, they come into the House of Pain, because the Vikings fans are going to have all that pent-up rage and still going to be hyped up, and everyone's still going to be on the Lions' ass. And guess what? Jared Goff sacked 9 times, picked off 4 times. going to be biblical. Plus, the schedule. All right, so the 4 out of 5 games on the road. Rams, Thursday Night Football, whatever. Colts at home. 3 on the road. Jaguars, Titans, Bears. What scares you? Honestly. And then, guess what? Conversely, they got 4 out of 5 games at home. Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, Packers, oh my. Then, what about week 18 at Ford Field? Blah, 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 blah. Vikings have the division and the 1 seed sewed up by then. I mean, hey, Nick Mullins is going to drop 370 on the Lions again. No problem. Yeah, Nick Mullins and Trent Sherfield and Tristan Jackson are just going to light up the Lions' ass as they're fighting for a playoff spot. Just like, please, let's win the wild card. And then Nick Mullins is just like, no. That's it. Also, hey, geniuses at ESPN, why not go off of your guy Kevin Seifert, who's not Carl Gershman's numbers? So the Vikings have trailed for 3 minutes, 26 seconds a season. Per ESPN research, that puts them in the highest of company. Only 4 teams since the 1970 merger have trailed for less time in games 1 through 5. All went to the Super Bowl, as did the team with the next best mark. Details. So the 09 Saints, asterisk. The 84 Dolphins, it's all right. Dan Marino lost Super Bowl in the second year to the Niners. He'll be back many, many times. Last year's 49ers. The 99 Rams, perhaps you've heard of them. And then also 98 Broncos, which we don't give enough respect to the 97 Broncos. So the first of 2 Super Bowls, John Elway won before he said deuces, but really Terrell Davis and that defense won. Doesn't matter. But they stopped the Packers from winning 2 Super Bowls in a row. For that, we thank you. Thank you for your service. All right, so the Vikings are an esteemed company. Hey, you notice that all the narratives about point differential, that's just gone bye-bye. No problem. So I understand why ESPN has their hesitations. I kind of have them too. I feel like a lot of Vikings fans do. 1 week at a time. Woosah. Just show up, get your rest in, get Aaron Jones healthy, Hockenson back, maybe not. But hey, Week 7, U.S. Bank Stadium, big-time game against the Lions. That's what the media is hyping up about. Oh, they're ignoring the Niners and the Texans and the Packers and the Jets games. But the Lions can run the ball. Bring it on. Vikings back in the United States. Come on, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN hating on the Vikings yet again. Shocker. Not a shocker in the least. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You know what to do. Skull production value.